fighting, we're
in trouble.
Exactly. And I know that you and Jeff are bigger targets. And I think...
Well, now Jeff, too, really bad.
Yeah.
HOH and a veto, they're going to be all over him. 2 vetoes and a HOH.
I know. So, But whatever happens, I mean, we have to get out them girls.
Portia for sure.
And, well, my thing is, if it's between Kalia and Portia, Kalia, though, okay, I feel like Kalia is more, because I'm thinking of this next HOH, it might be questions.
I think it will be.
And Kalia is good at questions.
Yeah, but so is Portia. She hasn't done bad at any quizzes. She hasn't done bad at anything.
I feel like Portia, though, because this is the only reason I'm saying, Kalia doesn't, y'all don't get along. And with Portia, though, y'all were friends before. And I feel like if it came between them, I think Kalia would definitely, because you were like her #1 target when she was HOH, and Portia hasn't been HOH. I feel like if we kept Kalia, it would be the same scenario. It'd be either you or Jeff going home. And I feel like with Portia, if she stayed, and let's say she happened to win HOH, you and Jeff would have a better chance. Or if she did put one of us up, let's say she put up me and you, or me and Jeff, you pull Jeff off, not me. And then, and I'll stay on, and you, or vice versa, Jeff take you off, and do it that way. And I think Portia would be, I think, like, since you were friends with her before, you might could talk to her more and kind of cut, like, a deal with her more so than definitely not Kalia. Kalia will turn.
I thought about that.
She's already turned on us once. Twice, yeah. And
So,
and how she acted. And Portia outside was talking to me last night and was just kind of like, I really don't think she thought she was going to possibly go up.
You don't think she did?
The way she sounded, well, she was like, I go, well, Portia, I was like, the way it all happened, I was like, we all were together. And then I was like, after that whole thing that happened with the wanting to backdoor Jeff, I was like,
stop that.
I was like, we just, you kind of like went on the other side. I was like, it was kind of obvious where the lines were drawn and who you were with. And I was like, you haven't talked to us at all. And then she brought up, well, the voting thing with Brendan. I go, well, of course. I was like, I completely understand why you would vote for Brendan, because you were close to Brendan and Rachel. And I was like, and you should vote for them. I was like, they were your friends. And I was like, me and you weren't that close. And I told her, though, I was like, well, and she was like, well, we all shook on it. And I'm like, that was probably like the first or second week, and she hasn't said anything. And I go, and another thing, Portia, I was like, we don't know where your head's at. And I was like, and Jeff probably assumes that because you don't talk to us and you haven't said anything, that you're going to come after us. And so if he did do that, I'm not saying this is what he's doing. I'm just saying, like, scenarios. I feel like we could have a better chance with I don't trust her fully, but I really don't trust Kalia, because I feel like Kalia right now is just being like super nice to suck up to us. And then I feel like Portia is kind of staying away, kind of like doing her own thing. So normally, like, when people are like that, it's not like they're just sucking up. Like, I feel like Portia might be able to be like, we could all work with her.
Yeah. Well, I think if Danielle went home, I think, seriously, if Danielle went home, Portia and Kalia would both be like, fuck, what do we do?
Yeah, no, they wouldn't know what to do. So then they, I think, would come with us.
I think so, too. I think Portia would 100% be back in the situation where she would be like, hey, guys.
Yeah, of course.
And then I think she has Adam for 100%, too.
But even still, for right now, we got to, like, protect ourselves, and we got to make sure that we're good.
I know.
So we got to make sure that whatever we do, it's the right decision, so we all benefit from it.
I agree.
Because no matter what, you and Jeff are the main targets. I think Jeff was telling me last night, he was like, Jordan, you got to step it up. You got to start winning, and you got to start doing something. He goes, I can't do this all on my own. I was like, no, I understand. I was like, I haven't won since the first, the second week or something. I was like, I promise I'll do better. I was like, I tried on that HOH, the running thing. Yeah. I was like, I tried on that, but, you guys just were better at it than me. And he was just like, well, you got to step it up. And I was like, okay. He was like, because this is exactly what happened to me my season. He doesn't want to be, let's say if he does get out Danielle, and then all the other floaters benefit from it, and then they go after Jeff and get Jeff out that next week, because that's exactly what happened to him when he got Russell out. Mm-hmm. That was like a big, Russell was really good, and then when Russell got out, Jeff couldn't play in that next HOH, and then they got Jeff out the next week. So
the only problem, I understand completely with that, but the only problem is like, and I think I 100% agree. I think it's going to be like that, but I think that no matter what, Jeff, if Shelly were to win, it's going to be me, and I don't know. She's going to put me up.
No, I've talked to Shelly.
I know, but but Jordan, this morning, remember when I said everyone was talking?
Mm-hmm.
It was Shelly, Kalia, Danielle. They were all talking on Shelly's bed, and they were all like whispering and stuff. I don't know what they were saying, but
I think they all go to her because she's like, I really do think that they all go to her because she's like the mom, and Kalia just like goes to her and tells her like everything. And trust me, I've talked to Shelly, and I've told her, I've said, you cannot, she agreed. And that's why she said that to you up here. And she knows that those others have to go. So if Shelly won HOH, she would put up, most likely, almost positive, Portia and Kalia.
Yeah.
Almost positive.
One of them goes home this week.
Unless one of them, one of them, but if almost positive.
She wouldn't put up Danielle, though.
Yeah, I think they're scared.
You or Danielle.
I think she's scared of, I think Adam is too.
I think so too.
That's why I hope they didn't.
Is another one that worries me because
he's really good at questions.
Well,
Rachel, please do not obstruct your microphone.
He's really good at questions, but he also scares me because he's like best friends with Portia. He's like friends with Danielle. He's always with Danielle and Kalia and Portia. He's like, because we're, staying in that Roy G. Biv room, so he goes and hangs out in the have-not room with the three of them till like all hours of the night doing stuff. And I'm like sitting in the Roy G. Biv room by myself, and I'm just like, this is not good.
All right.
Because when you and Jeff are up here, I'm down there. I try to go in there, but I go in there and hang out and smile, and like nobody talks to me. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to bed. Plus I was really tired last night. But then Adam was in there a lot, like all night long.
Really?
He was in there forever. So he just worries me, like he's just so.
But like, let's say if Danny or Kalia left, then Portia's here, so then that at least gives us another target to go after.
Yeah.
And split them up.
Well, and keeping Portia in the game would always keep a target.
Yeah.
Because Shelly doesn't like, well.
Right. That was my thinking was, because they don't like each other. And I think that they wouldn't care if one of them went home, so that's good. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Kalia always talks to Shelly about stuff, and Kalia flips. Kalia's just going to go wherever, and I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about Kalia. Jeff is like, I'm getting tired of her.
Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about her either. But I still think the biggest thing is like Danielle, if she wins HOH again, like
she's coming after you and Jeff.
100%.
Right.
And it's like out there in the open. I feel like if Jeff has the power right now, he has all the power. He has the HOH and the POV. If he can get rid of Danielle, I think it's like a round of applause. Like, get rid of Danielle.
Right.
Because that's like, I think that would be the biggest game move. Hands down.
Right.
But not only would it be the biggest game move, but it's like, if Danielle wins, she's coming after me and Jeff.
Right.
100%. She's not going to go after you. She's not going to go after Adam or Shelly. She's going to go after me and Jeff. And I don't know, like, I don't even know if I would be her main target at that point. She might go after Jeff over me.
Right.
So it's like Danielle can win stuff. We know that she can.
Mm-hmm.
She's won 2 HOHs. So she's obviously good at HOHs. So if it's like a questions and she wins again, it's like, well, you know, if we're sitting here next week and Danielle wins HOH again next week, and we're like, well, told you so. You know, it's kind of like she nominates me and Jeff. We have only ourselves to blame.
Right. Well, it's going to be good, though, because, like, on Monday, like, Jeff told me, he's like, I'm not telling you what I'm doing just because he was like, I don't want anything to get out what I'm doing. I want everybody to be surprised. And so...
True, but there's still 8 people in the house.
Who said that?
Portia.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, there's just no point for me to keep Brennan here. She's like, I just don't feel like I need to keep him in the game. And I was like, all right. And then she said that I hadn't talked to her. She said, after Brennan left the first time, she's like, when Brennan left the first time, you became best friends with Jeff and Jordan, and you didn't even want to talk to me. And I was like, are you crazy? Like, who's filling your head?